Hi there. In this video we'll be changing one of the signal light bulbs of the Ford Kuga from 2015. So, left, all is okay. Right, yeah, kind of not okay. So either it's gone one of the bulbs or it's not making a proper contact. So I'm going to leave it like this and go outside and see which one of them creates problems. Front one is okay, this one is okay, so I guess in the back we have a problem. Yep, here is our problem. So basically we need to get in here and make this bulb make a good contact once again, or maybe replace it, maybe, but I don't think so, because from time to time it was going normal blinking speed, so I just think it's not making a contact anymore, but we'll see what we get. To remove this, it's not like in many other cars, you actually need to pop these two out and deal with what's under there. Already popped one of them with a tool of this type. You get under here and it jumps out. So now with an 8mm hexagonal socket you can undo obviously old screws fully. At this point it's a game of chicken between you and the headlight. You need to wiggle it out until you can grab onto something. Make sure you don't rip this, so there's rubber attached to plastic. You can rip the rubber and then you have a big problem, it will not seal anymore and you get the water ingress. But if you wiggle it slowly, it's beginning to come out, but yeah, it's not gonna be that easy. And it finally jumped out, and I'm going to show you where it has one clip, and I think it has actually no, only one. Yeah, this is the only clip that's holding. No, it has another right here, so you kind of need to wiggle it and get it like this out as much as you can, so you don't break that thingy and that don't break this thingy. So now we want to undo this right here. Yes, you could very well not undo this. I'm trying to undo it just so I can watch the contacts and make sure I don't have a bad contact in here. In theory you press this and this right here, and that means the end of it lifts from under there, and just again wiggling it slowly it should get it out, but kind of hard to do with one hand and film at the same time. And it's out. I don't see any problems with the contacts, at least not. No, there are no contact problems, they are shiny, all good. So our problem is deeper in here, and now you can simply lay it down here, and yep, this is our blinker, and I'm guessing it rotates. Yep, it rotates. And now I will also take the bulb out and make sure that it actually makes a good contact in there. To get this fellow out, you push on it just slightly and twist it counterclockwise, and it's out. And the bulb type P21W, and yeah, it seems like a fairly good bulb, so I don't think it has any issue. It was just a bad contact. You can see on this it's not the best of surfaces. I'm going to go and clean it with a bit of contact cleaner, and that is also not good. I'm going to open up the spring a little bit so it pushes stronger on the bulb. Whoa, no I'm not. This spring is actually broken. Do you see it right here? What happened with this fellow? Yikes. Yeah, it's broken. So basically that part is just flapping around in the breeze. I could try and solder that, but it's not going to hold. And neither do I want to go replacing this part, although I'm sure it could be replaced. Although I'm not really finding any codes on it, only materials and manufacturer, but yeah, anyway. No, I'm going to find an alternative solution to make this work. Being a hoarder is not easy, but from time to time it pays off. So I'm going to see what I can use from these two things Where is the original one? I cannot get it for you. Most likely this one. In a way or another, I'm going to jam it in there and make sure it makes a good contact. Or maybe this one, it's a bit wider, but could be too wide, and this is spring steel from printer contacts. This is not going to be letting me cut it too easily. So yeah, but at least it's the good type for making a contact. And there's not so much power in a blinker like I don't know, a position bulb where it's always on, although those are 5 watts. This one is 21. Anyway, should be good enough. It was at least good enough with that thing broken for a while, so yeah. Yeah, I ended up modifying the thicker one, the wider one, because this one was not great. It had these holes in the area that I actually needed, so yeah. But this one, by using this TNIU TU527 that has some damage to the rubber itself. I've had this thing for more than 10 years and I didn't even buy it. I found it in a house that we bought, an apartment at that point in time. Anyway, awesome little thingy. So it manages to cut through this. Bigger metal scissors cannot cut through such small things. Anyway, so I'm making this fit. Again, spring steel, it cuts. I know because I have marks on my fingers, so hold it with pliers. This is the shape I ended up with, and I intend to jam it behind that piece with this side in there, and that will actually jam it and make it make contact in there, and this side will be touching the bulb. Yeah, starting to go in there, and it will be jammed and will make a good contact. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Obviously, this, when you are putting in the bulb, will bend down. Make sure it will not touch the other one no matter what happens, and you are good to go. Also make sure it's not wider than the slit in which it needs to retract when putting in the bulb. To put in the bulb, you can see these two are not diametrally opposed, nor are those inside there. So you kind of need to, one hand, yeah, that's gonna be fun, isn't it? You need to make sure they align, push it in there, and rotate clockwise to lock it in place. And our contact is in there, working absolutely a treat, and it's jammed in there so it will not come out from vibration or anything, and neither will it break. Again, spring steel, I didn't bend it too sharply anywhere. Now I'm just going to wipe the bulb with a bit of cloth and stick in its hole. Nice, and this has a breather, so this doesn't trap moisture in there. That's pretty cool. So bulb is in place. Double check that it's locked by rotating. Yes, I didn't put any finger marks on it. I'm dirty but not greasy. So put this in here, rotate it like this, it's locked, and we are done. Let's go to the car. They need to be on the same line, so when you know that both of them are locked. Now we can go to the car, plug it in and install it. We are at the car, align these two things, make it clip, triple check, because why wouldn't you? Don't break anything while triple checking. And now I'm struggling a bit here. Make sure this aligns in there, and it needs to be able to slide into its position. Okay, like this. Everybody should be happy. Don't force anything. Just wiggle everything slowly in place, and it went in. This also is in. Now let's put our 2 screws in. You know what I'm seeing? This should be on top, and I realized it was installed the wrong way around, and I think it was the same on the other side. So this is also rubber, you can just lift it. You don't want water to be able to get in there, you want water to come from the top and go down. No? Doesn't it make sense? This also has a shape made for that. But this stayed in the wrong position for so long that it might take a while for it to get used. But I think when I screw this in properly, it will actually stay in time. somebody put them wrong. These things have slot holes, so with them you can also align this to be in its correct position, up, down, left, right a little bit. I think we are good. But we have this installed wrong on the other side also. You can see it's not sitting properly in here anyway. And also there's too big of a gap here and it's touching in here. So I will also open those. You can see somebody left some marks on them. Now install these things in place with the little drain hole at the bottom. So make sure the clips are in the correct location. And it's done. Obviously, same for the second one, hole at the bottom. Clip needs to be in the correct orientation. You want water to be able to drain out, never stay. Solved the other side also. This is exactly how it should have been. Do you see this here? It's not on the top side, it's on the bottom. But anyway, it is what it is. Now I somehow aligned this as much as I could do it. It doesn't go higher than this, but it's better than what it was anyway. This in time will sit nicely in its place. Rubber will heat up and go back. Yeah, anyway, clip this and I'm done on both sides. Actually no, I opened those up and pulled this even further because it was too much in, so whoever did this did an even shittier job than I initially thought. Now things are lining up even better and in time they will be perfect. Ta-da! This is what we want to see. Blinker working perfectly and quite well aligned all around. So yeah, just take a bit of care when dealing with stuff like this to make things proper. So thanks for watching. Hope this helps you, in which case please give it a like, check out my other videos, and as always see you in the next one. Bye.